going to try and concentrate and focus on our breath. And try and observe your natural breath. So try not to take control of how you breathe. But more be the observer of your breath and just notice how you breathe here now today. Whether it's through the mouth or through the nose. Whether it's shallow or deep. With there's pauses. Maybe you move the ribs, the hips, the stomach, the shoulders. Notice if anything moves, maybe nothing. And then just take the attention for a second more to your chest. And maybe you can feel the warmth of your hand against your chest space. Maybe you can feel your heartbeat or any sensations in the chest area, emotions. Just focus on that area a couple of seconds more. And when you're ready, we're going to start breathing deeply. Try and breathe in through the nose. Blow your stomach out like a balloon. The ribs out, the chest expands. Hold the breath in a second. And then breathe out also through either the nose or the mouth, whatever's best for you. But squeeze the ribs in, stomach back, pelvic floor, inner thighs. You're going to breathe in. Open the stomach. Not like Pilates. You're trying to release the stomach, the pelvic floor, the ribs. Open the chest, hold the breath in, and then breathe out. Squeeze your ribs in, your stomach back, your inner thighs, your pelvic floor. Let's try and do that one more time. Breathing in, really try and inflate your body like a balloon. Hold the breath in a couple of seconds more. Feel the length, feet down, climb up. And then as you exhale, just drop the arms down, open the eyes, if they were closed, and let's start moving. And we bring the arms up as we breathe in. So just try and stretch them as high as is comfortable. Lengthen the sides of your waist. Maybe bring your palms together. Open the chest and then exhale. Drop the arms down. Drop the head down as you do that. Relax the shoulders. Squeeze your stomach back in space. And again, breathing in. Lift the arms up. Try and blow your stomach out. Sometimes it's quite hard to do so, but try and really push it out. Lengthen all your body. Now as you breathe out, bring the stomach in, the ribs in, the pelvic floor. Push the air down. Relax the head down. Let's just do that one more time. So you're going to breathe in, lift the arms up, open the chest, and you can keep your palms together and hold it here. As you breathe out, you can always drop the arms if the shoulders hurt. As you breathe out, lean a little bit into a side bend to the right. Try and squeeze your upper arms into your ears if you can. Lengthen the arms if you can. And then come back up, breathe in. We'll go straight to the other side. As you breathe out, go to the other side. Inhale it back up. We'll do that one more time each side. You can drop the arms by your sides. Exhaling. Drop. Inhale. Come back up. One more, last one. Exhaling. Try and keep the length. Open the chest. Push your arms back in your chest. Well, that's it, Sarah. Big difference. Wow. And then come back up. See if you can just bend your elbows, interlace your fingers and push your head down. So you're trying to point your elbows to the floor, stretch the back of your neck. And relax the shoulders. Look at your stomach. Blow it out as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, squeeze it back in space. See if you can push your hips forward. And try and imagine you want to kiss your belly button. Push your feet down. And again, breathe in. Blow the stomach out. Breathing out, squeeze your stomach in. See if you can go a little bit lower. And then just release your arms, bend your knees and start rolling down one vertebra at a time. So you're trying to really squeeze your stomach back. Relax your arms, let them just hang. Try to let go of them. Once your fingers touch the floor, try and relax the head a little more. Maybe lift the hips, but keep your stomach by your thighs. And we're going to nod the head 8 times. We're going to say yes. So chin to chest, try and squeeze it to your chest, the chin, and then let it drop. And let gravity work with the movement. So you do about 4 more. Exhaling. 2 and 3 and 4. Now let the head just hang. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, bend your knees, curl your way up into a standing position again. Relax the arms, squeeze the stomach back, and curl back into straight spine. Let's do that again. This time we're going to say no with our head as we lengthen down. So just breathe in. So breathe out and drop your head down. First of all, then your shoulders. Try and really squeeze your stomach back. Keep your knees straight as much as you can. And then bend your knees when you can't go down anymore. Try and get your stomach near your thighs by squeezing it in. Let your abdominals help you get closer to your thighs. Relax the arms, relax the head, lift the hips. And then start saying no. So the crown of your head points towards the floor. Let your chin goes to your right shoulder, then to your left. And at least 8 times. Right and left. And again. One more. And then try and look towards your knees, relax the head, breathe in, breathe out, roll back up. 1 vertebra at a time. Squeeze your stomach back. Squeeze your inner thighs, your pelvic floor. And really squeeze the abdominals and roll each vertebra back into place with them. Let's do 1 more, and we're going to say maybe now with the head upside down. Yeah? Breathing in. Breathing out. Let the head drop, shoulders, squeeze your stomach back. Bend your knees. Get your fingers to the floor, stomach to your thighs. You can go a little bit deeper into the stretch. Maybe shift a little bit of the weight onto your toes more than your heels. And now when you're ready, say maybe. So right ear to right shoulder, left ear to left shoulder, right ear to right. And let the head swing like a pendulum. Crown always point to the floor. 1 more. Hold the head in the center. Before you come up, see if you can do little circles with the crown of your head to the right. And let it really just draw circles naturally. Little circles. Let it roll in your neck. And hang heavy like a bowling ball is hanging on a string, which is your neck. And then go to the right, little circles. 4 more. 2. Then hold the head, let it relax. Breathe in. As you breathe out, roll back up slowly. 1 vertebra at a time. Lovely. Just bring your hands to point up, or your palms to point up. Squeeze your elbows in and try to really work your back, but not overarch, so hug your ribs in. You're going to push your thumbs back in space and open the chest here. And then breathe in, look with your palms back to the center. And again, exhale, push your thumbs back, squeeze your elbows in, and inhale, back to center. And notice you need to keep balance, keep going. If I overdo the back, my ribs flare out, so I need to keep those front and back muscles in balance. Exhale as you go out, so that you can think of the back. Inhale as you come forward. We're going to start moving the head with our arms. So take your time, don't let me rush you, but as you exhale, see if you can turn your head to the right shoulder. Inhale, back to center. And then exhale to the left. Inhale, back to center. Keep going, boom, exhale. Don't let me rush you. And if this arm movement hurts the shoulders, then you can just do the head and relax the arms. We'll do 2 more. Remember to turn your eyes also to the back corner of the room. Inhale, 1 more. Exhale. We're going to tilt the head. Keep going with the arms if you can. Exhale, tilt the head. Inhale, back to center. I was meant to go to the right, which I did, but I forget I'm mirroring you. Now I'm doing more presential classes than online. It gets a bit confusing. It gives you a clue of what's going on with the upper body as you do the arms. So do a couple more and really try not to let the shoulders dip at all. Work the back better. Even if the movement is smaller, try really not to move your chest. Yeah, better. Let's do 2 more for good luck. Or 1 more because we started to the left. Exhale, sideways. Good. Come back to center. We're going to breathe out as we look up, different to usual, and open the arms. So you're looking up. And then bring the head back to center on the arms, and then exhale as you look down. Squeeze your stomach back, relax the head down. That's it. Breathe in, look back to center. Breathe out, lift the chin, See if you can really relax the shoulders. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, drop the chin. We'll do one more. Inhale, exhale, up. Breathe in. Last one, keep the head down. Exhale. Hold it there, just a couple of seconds. Push the thumbs back and do little bounces back with the arms as the head is down. 8 little bounces. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Look forward, bring the fingers to your shoulders and see if you can either do little circles, so be careful there with the shoulder, or bigger circles, so you're bringing your forearms behind your head, in front, and then releasing them down. Try and roll all the arm inside the shoulder joints. And keep always the chin parallel to the floor. Do one more. And see if you can go the other way. So you come up through the center, back, and down. And again, breathing in as you go up, back, and down. Can do one more. Breathing in, up, back, and good. Just bring your palms together and make sure actually that you've got either a ball or a block or anything, something that elevates the floor. That will make life probably easier in the near future. We're going to start doing 3 sun salutes, then a few balances, and then some cross sun salutes. So that's the plan, that's the structure. So we'll do it slowly to start, to get the rhythm going, and just see if we can make it flow afterwards. So think of the breath. Exhale here. As you breathe in, try and lift the arms up. Keep the upper arms in line with your ears. Lift the chest up. Push the hips forward and the feet down. As you breathe out, bend your knees and push your palms together in front of your chest. Sit your hips back. Can you see? Push your elbows out. And from here, you're going to drop down into a forward stretch like we just done. Relax the head. Now see if you can breathe in. Push your hands into your shins or even on the floor and stretch your spine halfway. You can bend your knees or not, up to you, but spine is stretched. Exhale, draw back into your legs again, relax the head. Now think of the breath here. Breathe in, sit in the chair position, palms are together and look forward. Try and stretch here your stomach skin and then lift up, slightly back, just slightly, open the chest, the arms can be down, and then exhale back to chest center with the palms. Let's do that. You can always do the palms here as you breathe in, just lift them up here, yeah? Let's do that 2 more times. Think of the breath, I'll try and cue it better. Breathing in as you lift, breathe in. Now, as you breathe out, bend your knees, sit back, and you're still breathing out as you fold forward. Relax the head, squeeze your stomach in, hold the breath out. Inhale, lift halfway, breathe in, open the chest. Breathing out, see if you can drop the head down again, squeeze your stomach in. Breathe in, chair position, palms together. That's it, squeeze your inner thighs. As you come up, you can just keep the arms here and open up. And then exhale back to chest center. Lovely. Let's do one more. Breathing in, inhale up. Exhale, bend your knees, chair. Fold into your legs, relax the head. Inhale, come up halfway, think of the breath. Keep breathing in, breathing in, breathing in. Now breathe out, squeeze your inner thighs, your pelvic floor, your stomach in, relax the head. Now breathe in, bend your knees, sit your hips back, palms in front of you, push your elbows out, open your chest, all the way up. Slightly back, bend your elbows, but push the chest up rather than back. And then back to center. Lovely. We're going to do one more. I just want to make sure in our back bend that it doesn't necessarily need to be far at all. In fact, that you're looking maybe where the wall and the ceiling join, and that you're thinking of lifting your ribs up, like there was a fence behind your shoulder blades, up and back. So you don't really sink into your lumbar spine, it's more up and back. It's just a broadening of the chest space, yeah. Thinking of the hips pushing forward and the feet down at the same time. Okay, better. Okay, we're gonna do one more. I'm gonna face you and then we're gonna straight go into balances. So last one, breathing in, lifting up, slightly back, squeeze your ears with your arms, Sarah, that's it. Exhale, bend your knees, sit back, so you already stretch your hamstrings. And then relax the head down and release it. Breathing in, up halfway. Lovely, open the chest. Exhale, drop down. Breathe in, sit into the chair, open the chest, try and stretch your stomach skin, inner thighs, lovely. All the way up, slightly back. Great, stretch your right leg up now into that 90-degree angle. Balance, and we're going back down 3 more times. Breathing in. As you breathe out, squeeze your stomach in, and then your leg will come up. Push that hip down if you can, a little more. Better. Inhale, 2 more. And you don't have to move the arms. You could keep them in front of your chest space all the time. That's fine. Squeezing the palms together. I'll do that if you want. Breathing in. Exhaling. 1 more. Keep it up. Hold it there. Think of the hips. See if you can slide any more that, yeah. And make sure that the ribs aren't forward or back. Push your pubic bone forward. Stretch your left knee. See if you can turn the leg out. And then bring it back to center, just 2 more times. So squeeze your inner thighs as you bring it back to center. Try not to move the hips. And again, breathing in. And breathing out. Squeeze your inner thighs and pelvic floor. This last one, we're gonna stay open. So you're gonna stay leg open. Find that position, lovely. Try and lengthen both sides of your waist. And then drop down through the side, nice. Breathe in and breathe out, come back up. Good. And again, breathing in. So my knee, if I were going to go sideways, it's really diagonal. I'm not flat at all, but I feel I can control my hip bones a lot more there than here, yeah? So work out what angle is best for you to feel that you can push your pubic bone and tailbone forward and down. We'll do one last one. Yes, that looks better. And inhale to hold it up. Exhale. Last little hold here, so you've got options. It can stay like that. You can come to your calf, even to the floor, into your inner thigh maybe. An option. Put the foot where you want it to be, and then bring your hands maybe on top of the crown of your head. Push the crown of your head up, so it's pushing into the wrists. Open the elbows as much as you want to open your knee, your chest. Keep looking forward. Go on, 4 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and bring the palms forward. See if you want to cross the leg or not. This is up to you. Last little bit of balance. So our right leg would be crossed forward. And if we bend our knees like this, we bend them and squeeze them together. We're going to try a sun salute with crossed legs, which is already a challenge, so be aware. Palms together. Breathe in, stretch the arms up. Try and stretch your knees here and push your hips forward and still go over the fence that's behind your shoulder blades. And now as you breathe out, bend your knees. Keep that straight spine, palms in front of you. Now we're going to hold it here. You can always put your hands on a block already or on the floor. Bend your knees. Forehead wants to push against your right knee. Try and bend your knees as much as you need to get it there. Squeeze them together, squeeze your inner thighs, your pelvic floor, your stomach in on the breath out. Go on, 1 more deep breath. Try and lift the right hip up, on both of you slightly down, by pushing into the right foot. That's it. Now as you breathe in, can you stretch the back halfway, like a table? You can put your left hand on your shin, on your block. All we want to do to finish is lift the right hand up. See if you can twist from your ribs, not your hand, not your arm. In fact, if your arm hurts, you can put it on your lumbar spine, your palm. That even helps you twist a little bit more. Push your right foot down and your right hip down. And open your right rib to the ceiling. 4 more seconds. Do a deep breath there. Try and feel like you're opening the chest to the left side of the roof. And then drop down. Well done. Nicely held. Relax the head. Try to bring it to your right knee again. Forehead to knee. When you're ready, breathe in, chair position. Open the chest. Go on. Look forward and keep breathing in as you go up. Find your balance, squeeze your inner thighs, push your feet down, open the chest a little bit. And now as you breathe out, see if you can draw your left foot straight up. Nice work. And then back down again. So we've got 3 more of these. Take a breath, exhale, stomach in, and then the leg up. Work like your Pilates. Breathing in. Breathing out. Last one. Breathe in. And just hold it forward. And just check your hips. Can you drop your left hip anymore? Is your hip forward or is it back? Try and square so both hip bones are in line. Push that bottom leg into the floor, palms together, relax the shoulders, and then turn the leg out and in 3 times. So try not to move the hips. See how much it can open. Exhale in. And again, inhale out. And I feel I've got this sensation you could grow out of your right hip more rather than sinking into it. Push into the floor more. Hold it there. We're just holding it. Keep growing out of the right hip. And then drop the leg, lift the arms. We're lifting through the side. Exhale, stomach in, then the leg up. And again, what helps me also is the feeling of, even though I'm lifting the knee, the leg, I'm lifting like the knee and pushing the hip down as I lift the knee up. And again, breathing in. Breathing out. So hip down, knee up. Yeah, and then I square. That looks better, Emily. One more, one last one to hold it up and look for that tree. So you're lifting up and then choosing calf, inner thigh. Give yourself a moment, a break to see where you want to place it. Feel that you're pushing your hips forward, your knee back, and then your hands can go as an option on top of your head. Make sure here where the finger's pointing, it should be pointed straight up. Find the crown of your head and open your elbows up as much as your knee wants to open. Push your chest and your hips forward. Your foot down and a deep breath here. Blow the stomach out, have a try. Harder, right? And now squeeze it in, lovely. Then drop that position and see if you can bring it forward to cross or not. We're nearly there, stretch up, straight into our sun salute. Breathe in, open the chest. Nice, breathe out, bend your knees, squeeze them together. Chair position, hands to the floor or to the block, and then your forehead to your left knee. Now it's the left hip that usually wants to lift. I would say, Sarah, your left hip looks okay, maybe this side. I would still lift it up a little bit more, so that looks square now. Squeeze your inner thighs, push your feet down, forehead to knee. Try and do one more deep breath. Use your stomach, blow it out and then squeeze it. Now see if we can stretch halfway, hands to either the block, the floor, the shin even. Right hand down, your left hand as an option, palm on the lumbar spine. Push down onto the lumbar spine and help yourself twist there, or lengthen it up towards the ceiling. Push that left hip down, Emily, towards the floor. You're twisting, so you're twisting from the ribs. You might be opening to the side of the room, that's fine, but you're twisting from the ribs, that's it. Keep lengthening the spine. I feel you can both lengthen the crown forward and the hips back. That's it, Sarah. One more deep breath there. Try and push the elbow back towards the right side of the room, Emily, and the hand into the lumbar spine to help it lengthen. And then drop down. God, I talk a lot, don't I? In between positions, relax the head. When you're ready, finish your sun salute. So you're bending your knees, your palms are together. Really nice. All the way up. Try and relax the shoulders, slightly back. And then exhale. Nice work. Uncross the legs, and before we fidget too much, put your right hand on your chest, your left hand on your stomach. Close your eyes. Feet together. Look down or keep your eyes focused somewhere where they won't move around sideways. And come back to your breath. your natural breath. Notice if there's any changes. There doesn't have to be, but it's important to notice. That's what the practice is really all about. Notice your heartbeat. Maybe you can't feel it, but notice. Any feelings at the chest space or during the asana that have come out? Or any sensations of heat, cold, sweat? Any changes? Is it important to, in pauses, just make note of them, be aware of them? And then just release the arms. And we'll go into our warrior positions. I want to do a bit of a straddle stretch and then we'll get on the floor and hopefully have time to do a bit of core work. But do stop me if you want to do anything in particular, to let me know. And we're going to start with a warrior 2. So I'm going to mirror you and I'm starting in a straddle with my feet pointing forward, but my right foot is going to point out to the side. Check the hips, and this is important. Usually I'll see people doing a warrior 2 with the left hip up. Try and keep your trouser line straight. So as you bend, keep a straight trouser line and don't let the back hip come up. And really try as you bend, and that's Sarah, you can probably go wider than you do, I think. And try and get a 90-degree angle here. And then you push it back in space. And as it's a small group, we can talk about it a bit more. Yeah. So let's just do 4 of these, or 8 even. Stretching the arms up, your hips and your nipples are pointing towards me. I'm squeezing my butt. Arms are up, inhaling. And as you exhale, you're just opening them out. And you can keep your arms here if that feels better. That's it. And again, stretch up. Exhaling. And you want to look to the front middle finger. And then breathe in, lift. And breathe out. And you can just stay here and do little bounces down with the knee. Further down. And 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And lift up, breathe in. See if you can relax this left arm. And just imagine you're lifting the left hip up, stretching the right side of your waist and leaning forward, sideways. Trying to listen to your right arm. That's it, but think of lifting your back hip like an angry teenager. And then stretching this side of your waist, so push your right hip down and away from you. And again, back up. So you're squaring the hips again. Let's do that again. Lift the hip up, stretch the bottom side of your waist, so reach forward with your fingertip. And then come back up. 2 more like that. So lift the hip, angry teenager movement, stretch forward. And lift up. Last one. So you're going to lift, stretch forward, and then hold it here. Try and squeeze your core so your nipples are facing me and your hips, and drop that right arm down. Push into your shins so you're going out of your hips. Open the chest. You can keep your hand here, Emily, or reach up, Sarah, towards the ceiling with the top arm. Try and just hold it here, twisting your ribs towards the ceiling. Try and look up if you can. If your neck hurts, then just let it feel where it feels good. Just do one last breath here, we're nearly there. As you exhale, see if you can sweep that left arm down towards the floor. And check this out, you might need your block, so put it in front of your foot and put your hands on the block. I want you to bring the back foot, the left foot, forward about 1 meter apart so that your left toes are still facing the side of the mat and your right toes are facing the front. You want to get your forehead on your right knee by bending your right knee but stretching your back leg. These are warrior 1 legs. Try and point your hips towards the floor. So usually your left hip will have to push down and forward and your right hip up and back. That's it, Emily. And slide the shoulders away from your ears. Get that forehead to touch the knee if you can by bending it, but really stretch the back leg. And try now and do 2 deep breaths where you're going to blow the stomach out as you breathe in, and then use the core, the breath out, to squeeze your stomach in and curl more into that leg. So it's a C-shaped spine, this position, like a cat position. Lovely. Now on your next breath in, release and walk yourself into a straddle. You're walking forwards, your body's in the middle of your legs. Grab your opposite elbows and see if you can swing right and left. Have a break if you need it. If you can, really relax the head so the crown is just above your forearms and you're swinging freely like a pendulum, one side and the other. See if you can do that now without moving your tailbone at all, just your rib cage. And you could even draw a figure of 8 with your ribs, so face one way and then the other a little bit with your chest. Stopping in the middle, just put your hands on the floor and see if you can now move your tailbone to the right, doing little circles with just your tailbone. Try not to move your ribs or your head. And the circles might be really small, hardly visible to me, but try not to bend and stretch your knees. You can keep them bent, but don't let it be a knee movement, but more a hip movement. We'll go the other way, so circles to the left. Let's say 8 circles. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop in the middle, relax the head, breathe in. And as you breathe out, roll back up, one vertebra at a time. Head is the last thing to come up. Lovely. Can you quickly, before you fidget too much, I'm a fidgeter, that's why I say it. Bring your feet together, right hand on the chest, left hand on the stomach. Close your eyes or look down and observe. Again, your breath, your heart, and your feelings. One more deep breath there. You can do that, release the arms. Let's open the legs up again. And we'll do the other side. So open the toes out to the left toes out to the back of the mat. And then check, already my hips are going wonky, so check the hips so the trouser line is straight, that's a good measure. And then make sure it's wide enough so that when you are bending, you're not over bending on top of your feet. Ideally, wherever you bend, your knees right above your heel. So look for that position. That looks better on both of you. I feel both of the rib cages now could go back in space. Yeah, so they're right over your hips and it pushes it down. That looks good. Okay, let's do that. Exhale here. Inhale, stretch the leg. Same position. And again, exhale. You can keep your arms down. Inhale. And 2 more. Exhale. Look to the front middle finger if you can. And then as you inhale, look to the side again. 1 more. We're going to keep that warrior 2 position. And just bounce down. So you're going to bounce down, go deeper, push the ribs back a little bit. The knee will go back a little bit. Let the back leg really stretch. And then stretch both knees. Nice. Lengthen. And think of dropping the arm down to stretch now to the side. Lift the hip up, the right hip, and stretch the left side of your waist. And then come back up. You can do it exactly the same with no arms. I'm going to do it like that so you can have an idea. So it's about lifting the hip and stretching this part. Yeah, but let the head go with it. Go on, let the head just, yes. And then come back up. And think of pushing, so let's go into it. Hip, lengthen. Now try and push your hips forward and your chest back as you lengthen and relax. You're squeezing your balloon. That's it. And back up. Let's do 2 more. And exhale. You squashed it between 2 walls. One last one. We're going to hold it there. And breathing out. So I use this bottom arm to kind of lengthen the spine more because it is a twist of the upper body. The lower body doesn't change. You want to twist your chest to the ceiling. So you start by lengthening the spine and then breathing out, twisting your left rib around and trying to either reach up or relax the arm. Look up if you can. Turn the chin, the eyes are still. And try to lengthen the bottom side of your waist. Go on, lengthen it. With your glutes, that looks better. One more deep breath. Blow the stomach out. And then squeeze it in. Lovely. Now just swing the arm down to the floor. We've got that warrior one legs. The warrior one is a little bit closer with the back leg, so the heel has no excuse to be up. It's really grounded. Your feet are in railway tracks, not on a tight line. And your forehead is now pressing against your left knee. So it's not about getting a straight back in this position, although there's a lot of straight back positions. It's about curling the spine like a C shape. So you want to imagine that you're squeezing your pubic bone towards your chin and squeeze your glutes too. That's going to help you kind of square the hips. Keep pushing the right hip down and the left hip back, and try and lengthen especially the left side of your waist. No wrinkles there, just like the right. Do one more deep breath. So blow the stomach out, breathe in. Hold the breath in, remember that's the magic. And then breathe out, squeeze your stomach back and in. Lovely. And when you're ready, walk yourself into a straddle again. So you're walking your hands forward, still forward bended. Hold it there, relax the head, bend the knees, make sure that your toes point forward or in. If you haven't got socks, try and get with your index finger, your big toe, index finger in and thumb out. If you are wearing socks, try and put your fingers on the outsides of your feet, step on them. Whatever you've chosen. By now, lengthening a little bit the spine, even though you're bending your knees on the breath in. And as you breathe out, bend your elbows, use your arms, not your shoulders, to fold deeper. Try and use your breath, lift the hips up, and on every exhale, bend the elbows more towards the sides of your room. Try and slide the shoulders away from your ears. Really try and use your arms and your breath, not your shoulders. Slide the shoulders away from the floor. That's it, thank you. Big difference. One more deep breath there. Breathing out. Squeeze the core. Can you walk to the front leg? We're going to walk into a plank. So you're going to walk to the front leg and then step back into a plank. And we're going to work on the floor actually, so you're probably best dropping the knees and maybe changing your camera angle. I think we'll go straight to core work. So we'll start sitting down at the front of our mat. It's the Pilates core work, so for that we're not going to blow the stomach all the way out and in, we're just going to use our rib cage. Plug the feet down, try and squeeze the ball with your inner thighs, not your glutes, keep paying attention to that. Grab your legs, stretch up as you breathe in, and then as you breathe out, we're squeezing the core and rolling, moving the hips first of all. And you can grab your legs or not, whatever feels good for you, but try and really stretch the spine, chin parallel to the floor here, and then breathing out, move the hips first, not the shoulders back. And always think of the feet, so as you roll back, your big toe should be pushing into the floor, round, plug the shoulders down. That's better. Breathe in, breathe out. Lovely. On the next one, we'll let go of the legs and go all the way down. Yeah? So breathe in, stretch your arms forward. As you breathe out, take your time to roll down. And as you do so, walk your feet right under your knees. Your hands will go back, your arms will go back, your head on the floor. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, your arms will go by your side. And we'll start just with that arm movement. With that, to move your arms forward and back, you want to use, ideally, your back muscles, that muscle in between your shoulder blades, your rib cage. Your stomach goes back in space, your pelvic floor and your inner thighs. Ideally, not much more. Keep an eye on your glutes, because they might want to connect suddenly. So make sure they're relaxed, your thighs, your legs. And maybe lift your head and shoulders up if you're up for it, especially if your neck is not painful. So just remember that every day is different. So one day your neck might hurt, give us a break. Inhale, back down. As long as you concentrate on the muscles you're using. Try and connect your inner thighs, so squeeze the ball but don't connect your glutes. That's quite a challenge, right? So that's the work. We'll do 4 more and take your time, don't let me rush you. Squeeze your inner thigh, stomach back, not your glutes. Inhale, back. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One last one. Exhale. Now you're going to keep your head on the floor, but bring your arms by your sides and we'll start at 100. So go up and down with your arms, and it's about stressing the arms, but try not to bounce in the core or anywhere else. You're going to breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, breathe out, and squeeze the core. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, breathe out. One more, breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lift the head and shoulders up now. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, breathe out. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, breathe out. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, breathe out. Lift the legs into tabletop. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, breathe out. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, breathe out. Still squeeze the ball, the pelvic floor. One more, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stretch the legs, last set, go on. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, breathe out and push your stomach back. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, breathe out. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, breathe out. And then release, bend the knees, grab the ball. Take it behind your head and start the one leg lifts in a tabletop position. So you're going to lift the right leg into tabletop, take the ball, maybe the head and shoulders to it. Drop it down, then the left leg lifts. Exhale up. And now be aware that what you want to do is lift the leg up, but start with your stomach going in before the leg lifts. So breathe in, exhale, stomach in, then the leg up. And exaggerate it. Stomach in, then the leg up. Now notice your glutes. They shouldn't be connecting. And we'll do 2 more. And afterwards the option is to lift both legs up. Drop the head whenever you want to. So left side is probably done by now. So lift 2 legs into tabletop as an option 6 times. Stomach in, then legs up. That's it, good, better. Inhale, stomach in, then legs up. There's 4 more like that. Stomach in, legs up. 3 more. Stomach in, legs up. 2. Nice. Last one. Stomach in, legs up. And now you're going to kick the right leg. Just one leg, kick it up to the ceiling and bend it back down. And then the left leg kicks up. Exhale, stomach in. Remember, exaggerate the stomach going in and then the leg up. Give yourself time to do that. So you don't want to rush because you want to think of all those processes, right? The breath, the stomach, the leg. Exhale, up. 2 more. And then consider lifting both legs up, but always squeezing them together. So when you've done your left, and you've exhaled it up, then think of lifting both legs up 6 times, and we're nearly there. Exhale as you lift, inhale as you drop. And think again, stomach in, legs up. Inhale. Make sure you are always in neutral with your hips. Exhale. 3 last ones, we're nearly there. Exhale. 2 more. Exhale. Last one. So you can keep the legs up, either bounce the legs to the ball or bounce the head and shoulders up 8 times and we're done. 7 and stomach in each time. Give yourself time. Stomach in. That's it. 3 and a 2 and a 1. Good. Bend your knees. Put the ball in between your inner thighs and take a mini break. Now you're going to put your feet on the floor and start just by feeling with your hands and your fingers your hip bones and your pubic bone, and just make sure they're in a neutral position. So they're all 3 equal distance from the floor. And now what you want to do is squeeze your ribs in as you exhale. Squeeze your stomach back and your inner thighs to lift your tailbone. And don't engage your glutes. You should notice that your tailbone doesn't lift, or your pubic bone doesn't lift very high if you're using your core. And that's important to notice, because as soon as you use the glutes, it's not quite the exercise it's meant to be. So you want to curl using your core into an imprint, and then breathe in, go back to a neutral pelvis, not an arch. Make sure they're in line, those three bones. And keep doing this, and as you do this, an interesting feeling I got was to make sure that my glutes weren't getting involved. I don't push into the floor with my feet. So try not to push the floor down with your feet to lift the tailbone off the floor, and really engage just your inner thighs and your pelvic floor as you do it. Hopefully that's giving you kind of a feeling of how to relax a little bit the glute area and really feel that core. And now we'll add arms if you want to. So your arms would go back as your hips are down, and your arms would go by your sides as your hips are up, still using just your core. But it gets harder because you're multitasking now, adding arms to the movement, but still trying to relax the glutes and not push into the feet to curl the hips off the floor. And keep going. The last option you can take on is lifting your head and shoulders also off the floor as you lift the hips. So you would breathe out, lift the hips, head and shoulders off, and then breathe in, take it back. We're going to do 8 of these. Important when the head and shoulder lift that the glutes aren't connected. Keep checking. Really make it just a core movement, core strengthening. Exhales your lifting, inhales your drop. And if you need a break, just focus on the breath, rocking the arms. But keep squeezing your inner thighs. Exhale up. We're going to do 2 last ones. Breathing in. Exhale up. 1 more. Exhale. Now lay back down, but bring your hands right by your hips on the floor. We're starting bridges. So you might walk your feet back a little bit. Try and start this bridge, or all of these, we'll do 6, with the core engagement, not the glutes. So start by squeezing your stomach in, squeezing your inner thighs, pelvic floor on the breath out. Then when you can't go up anymore, push your feet into the floor, engage your glutes, and lift all the way up, pushing your hands also to lift into that bridge position. Breathe in, hold it there. And then as you breathe out, curl back down, ripple back down. Again, try and relax the glutes at the end of the movement and feel just the core curling the tailbone up and releasing. Breathe in at the bottom and then breathe out, curl, use your core, then push your feet on the floor in your hands. So notice the difference. As soon as you push your feet down, your glutes, the back of your body gets engaged. Breathe in, hold it there, and then breathe out, curling down. Feel the core, relax the glutes. Last moment to feel the core and then release. Nice. Breathing in, breathing out. We're halfway there. Really push into the floor. Each time a little more, you should feel that stretch in the chest too. And exhale, curling down. You see 3 more. We'll hold the last one. Breathe in. To breathe out, stomach in, ribs in, inner thighs, and then the feet push down. Hands also push down to help the back work. Breathe in and breathe out, rippling back down. Breathing in, breathe out, lifting up, squeezing your inner thighs, make sure, yeah, and then rippling back down. This is the last one, so when you're next up, hold it up, and we're gonna circle the hips again. So breathe in to breathe out, roll up to stay up. Squeeze your inner thighs throughout, like that, Sarah, all the time though, don't let it go. And then walk your shoulders closer. Start doing little circles with the hips, but don't let your hips drop. So you're doing 8 little circles to the right, 7 and 6, keep squeezing in the ball, 5, 4 and 3 and 2 And other way, and we're done. For 8, and a 7, and a 6, 5, and 4, and a 3, and a 2, and a 1. Can you hold it up in the center? Breathe in, stretch up, and then breathe out, curl back down, one vertebra. Lovely. So now there's options. What I would like us to do is elevate the hips higher than the heart. So you can do that by putting your block under your hips or a ball, or you can go into your plow position and hold that position. It's up to you, whatever feels good in your body. Wherever you are, whether it's a supported bridge or a plow, you want to just make sure that your hips, as I said, are higher than your heart. Then close your eyes and just connect with your breath. So try not to fidget with the eyes, with the body. And just blow the stomach out still as you breathe in. Remember to hold your breath in a couple of seconds and then squeeze your pelvic floor with the stomach. And do that 2 more times. Breathe in. Blow your stomach out really like a balloon. There's a lot of benefit from that. And then squeeze your stomach in as you breathe. Shift back in space. Also your ribs. 1 more. Breathe in. And breathe. Hold it there. If you're in a plow, you're going into a shoulder stand. If your hips are on the ball like me or on the block, you want to now elevate not only your hips but also your legs higher than your heart. So you're going to try and hold that position. Make sure that the groins aren't hurting, and if they do, you need to put more things under your hips so that they can relax. Again, breathe deeply wherever you are. In a shoulder stand, you're trying to make sure that your fingers are pointing up towards the ceiling. I don't see them, Sarah, and I trust that they probably are. Oh, now I see them. Okay, big difference. Squeeze your elbows towards each other. That's it. And the feeling is that you're pushing with your pelvic floor, your glutes, your hips towards the back of your room, towards your face, that your feet towards the front of the room, towards me. And again, I'll try not to distract you anymore and just think of at least 2 deep breaths here. See, you can either drop the legs into your plow or hug them in. If your hips are on the ball, give them a good squeeze. Roll down onto the mat and then also hugging your legs if you're in your plow. I actually do want to do 2 more things. I hope you have time, hopefully you do, but let me know if you don't, we'll cut it short. There's 2 things I would like us to do. First of all, it's a fish, and Emily, you need to explore this, but be super careful. So I'm going to show it to you and you can maybe see what you want to do or how you want to do it. It's very good for us, but you need to make sure that it's not going to hurt your neck, yeah? So, you can do it with a ball behind you, but the cue is you bend your knees, lift the hips up, and what helps a lot, and not many people do, is try and really get your forearms in your body and try and sit on your forearms or your hands, but really try and sit on them so that you can stretch your legs, drop your hips on your hands, and then the idea is to put weight on my elbows to lift my chest up. At the same time, it's slightly looking back, but you could put something so that your head is leaning, or ideally your head just lightly touches the floor, or you might not even try it, but I thought you might be curious to know how it goes at least. Nice, Sarah. Remember, Sarah, once you're there, yeah, you're breathing deeply. But on the breath in, you're trying to lift your chest even higher, but with your head on the floor lightly touching. Your legs are stretched. And I'll cue you through it, but Emily, be careful, please. So you're sitting, yeah, you got it, and you're opening the chest, Yeah, open in the chest. Lift it up like I've got my foot in between your shoulder blades. Just be careful with your neck, I can't see it. So make sure you're just lifting the chest up. Go on a little bit higher. Lean on your elbows, squeeze them in or out. Nice. Okay. Sorry if I was shouting there, I do get excited. What was the feeling like? How was the neck there? I want to do a twist now, Sarah, just in case. But yeah. Cross your legs, your left leg over your right, and just let gravity help you twist. So your left leg is just crossed over your right, and you're going to let your legs drop to the right and look to the left. That's it. And just breathe here deep a couple of times. Just try and push your left hip away from your left armpit as you breathe in. And then use your left rib to really plug yourself into the floor by twisting your spine on the breath out. With one more deep breath there, squeeze your inner thighs. Come back to center or go to the other side. Crossing the right leg over. Squeeze your inner thighs here, your pelvic floor. That will get your hips also easier to twist around. Try to plug your shoulder blades into the floor by using your right rib. One more deep breath there. And then come back to center, grab your legs, squeeze them in, and rock up when you're ready. Comfortable sitting position. I do want to stretch our head sideways, but stop me if you really